morning Japa session and short Srimad Bhagavatam class on behalf of my leaders. I thank all the Japa leads who have done the services today. And now let's start this short Srimad Bhagavatam class. Before that, a short kirtan. जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जनवल्लभा गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जनवल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुनतीरावनचारि यमुनतीरावनचारि जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय राधा माधव जय राधा माधव राधा माधव जय राधा माधव जय गांधर्विक गिरिधारी गांधर्विक गिरिधारी गौर हरि जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय अनंत देव लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय अनंत देव जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभु जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि हरि बोल Hare Krishna. So today we are seeing Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto, second chapter, fourth verse. We'll start this class by offering our prayers to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Namo Om Vishnupadaya, Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale, Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine, Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurapani Pracharine, Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyati Deshatarine. Hare Krishna. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shlakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devi Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jayamudhirayet Nashtaprayeshva Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttamashloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki. Hare Krishna. So let us read the verse. Satyam kshitau kim kashipo प्रयासैर्बाहौ स्वसिद्धेहि उपबर्हणैः किं सती अञ्जलौ किं पुरुधान्न पात्र्या दिग्वल्काद्लादौ सति किं दूकुलैः. Hare Krishna. So the translation goes like this. When there are ample earthly flats to lie on, what is the necessity of cots and beds? When one can use his own arms, what is the necessity of a pillow? When one can use the palms of his hand, what is the necessity of varieties of utensils? When there is ample covering or the skins of trees, what is the necessity of clothing? So the purport is big. I'll just go through and explain the purport. Yes. So today's verse is very beautiful verse. and we'll have to understand it a little nicely, because this is what we have to do every day. This verse is like that. So yeah, we'll start. And I definitely request all the devotees' prayers, so that I speak in the line of Guru Parampara. Hare Krishna. The puppet will read through and start explaining. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Guru Maharaj ki jai. Yes. So, the necessities of life for the protection and comfort of the body must not be unnecessarily increased. So, yes, Srila Prabhupada is mentioning that all these things, what they are saying in this, Srila Shukadeva Goswami is saying about this in this verse, are the material comforts. It's not just the cots and beds, the pillow, and the utensils and the clothing. It is about the necessities of the life, which are not to be increased more, which will be a sense gratification, not uncontrolled sense gratification. That should not be there. So human energy is spoiled in vain after in vain search after the illusory happiness. So if one thinks that by all these things I will be happy, by all these material things I'll be happy, and that's not the real reality. Hmm. So if one is able to lie down on the floor, then why should one endeavor to get a good bed or soft cushion to lie on? If one can rest without a pillow and make use of the soft arms endowed by the nature, there is no necessity of searching after a pillow. Hmm. So yes, if we can, yeah, they are saying that animals, if we see the animals, they do not have so many complicated comforts, right? They don't have even clothing also, they don't have shelter, they don't have any things, any complicated things which human beings are having. Still, they manage to live healthily. All right, they are more healthier than humans. Many a times we hear that uh, nowadays, especially, there are more people who die of overeating than those people who die of starvation. So it is because of increased material necessities. Uh, so which are actually not there, but the advertisements which are coming, right, which we see every day in our life, they make it compulsory. Mm. Uh, there are few things which can give sukha, pleasure. So that pleasurable things, the marketing makes it a necessity, a need. It was just a desire before, but now it became a need. That thing they have successfully planted in the minds of people. Like before, when all these things were not there, of course, everybody were lying on the floor, right? There were no beds. They were lying on the floor easily. And there were no pillows also, right? So all these things they have come up recently. There were no big houses, right? And no much complicated furnitures. Now if we see, there are furnitures also are of various um, prices, right? Like even some may reach up to 1 lakh depending upon the woods which are used. Yeah, and it is the same bed, just the wood which is used is different, and it costs 1 lakh or more. And also there are the doors and windows in the houses. Those things are also done. So, like this, all these things they are making it necessary. Sometimes even the pride which one gets, right? Seeing the opposite neighbor bring a very nice car, one may desire to have. more nicer car, right? All these things they are made, and they show in the advertisements that if you get our product you will be happy. That is what they advertise, right? If you there are few things like perfumes ads. If you have this perfume, what happens? Girls will come to you. You'll be happy. If you have this toothpaste, toothpaste ads, your mouth will smell very fresh. And these all things they just are trying to say that you will be happy by buying our product. So like this, they are making it necessary. It was just a desire till then. Animals actually are living very nicely, but that does not mean that we human beings should revert to animal life, go back to animal life, like not wearing any clothes, no education, no culture, no sense of morality. That is not the thing which is being said here. An intelligent human cannot live the life of an animal. Rather, man should try to utilize his intelligence in arts and science, poetry and philosophy in such a way he can further the progressive march of human civilization. Hmm. So that is what we can take some things, some ideas from animals, that living simple life. Hmm. That is what is being advised here. Living simple life, depending upon the nature, and trying to find out the higher truth instead of just eating, sleeping, mating, defending like animals. Utilizing the real purpose, utilizing the opportunity of human life to achieve the real purpose. So, what is the real purpose of life? To gain happiness. That is the real purpose of life. And one has to try to understand that real happiness cannot be gained by material things, because one has to be happy. Then then the cause for a happiness should be permanent, right? In this material world the causes are all temporary, nothing is permanent here. That means happiness is also temporary, and even the sadness is also temporary, right? So when there is stability, then there is happiness. So that is what Srila Shukadev Goswami is trying to advise us, that the reserve energy of human life, which is far superior to that of animals, should be utilized for self realization. Advancement of human civilization must be towards the goal of establishing our lost relationship with God, which is not possible in any other form of life except human beings. One must realize the nullity of material phenomenon, considering it a passing phantasmagoria, and must endeavor to make a solution to the miseries of life. So, that is what we are trying to understand. And there is another one thing which is self complacence. Hmm? Self complacence with a polished type of animal civilization geared to sense gratification is a delusion. And such civilization is not worthy of name. So it's not like living like animals. One has to try to understand the real purpose of life and get back to the Godhead. Go home, back to Godhead. So, in pursuit of such false activities, a human being is in clutches of Maya or illusion. So, previously, the sages they were not using so much comforts We can see how much they were being in tapasya. They were taking uncomfortable situations for themselves in order to achieve the higher goal. They used to live in huts and groves and sit on the flat ground, and yet they have left us immense treasures of high knowledge with all perfections. Even Srila Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami, we know about them. They were very high post they were having, right? But what they did, they left all of that in order to give the whole world the transcendental knowledge, which Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked them to do. So they did not even live 2 nights under same tree, right? So they did not. Of course, we can what to say about modern well furnished rooms, right? They were not even living under the same tree for more than 2 days, but still they were able to give us important literatures of self realization. So the comforts cannot be said they are the progress of human civilization. That is what is being told all over the world, that we are progressing. How? By increasing material comforts. So, what is progress according to materialists is that they earn more, they get a better version of everything, modern version of all machines, or maybe the houses, car, vehicles, all those things, food, all more costlier things, and they say it is progressive life. But actually, if we see, it is complicated animal life. Yeah? Animals also do the same, humans also do the same. It is just a more complicated way. But really, human life progress means that they are understanding more things. They're understanding higher things, higher thinking, simple living, high thinking. That is what is advised by all our scriptures. There are 4 divisions in Sanatana Dharma, four life and 4 orders of that Varnashrama Dharma, right? And they, according to that, there are ample opportunities and sufficient directions for a human termination of progressive life. So yes, with that one can progress gradually. One can progress towards self-realization. Whatever he has the habits, or whatever the likings, the desires, the skills, what one is having, with that one starts serving the Supreme Lord, right? So, like that, one can actually progress in the life. So, if one is not accustomed to abiding by the life of renunciation from the beginning, one should try to get into a habit uh, at a later stage of life, which recommended by Srila Shukadev Goswami. That will help in one to achieve the desired success. So, at a time, one cannot leave everything, uh, which is not possible. So, for some, it might be possible because of their past karmas, because they have practiced it maybe in the previous lives which they were having. Only for those people, it might feel very easy to uh, get away from material comforts immediately. But still, those who are starting, they can leave these things gradually, at least a little bit, little by little, one has to try to leave this. And there is another one thing which we can discuss. All these things were about social things. You know, according to society, Srila Prabhupada has had explained. When we come to the personal thing, here there is also one statement, right? That If we take this shloka as it is, like why need of beds, why need of pillows, why is there need of utensils, and why is the necessity of clothing? Hmm. If we take it as it is, on our personal level, then it's not much possible to implement this verse as it is on our daily life, right? Because now one may ask that it is stated in Srimad Bhagavatam, and we must follow it because it is given by the Lord Himself, right? Of course, that is absolutely true, that one has to follow the verse as it is. But the thing is, there are two things. One, the personal benefit, and other, the social benefit or society wise, whole world, uh, thinking about the whole world's benefit. When we think about the personal benefit, this verse is very much important, because personally one has to get detached from all the sense gratifying things in this world. But when it comes to the benefit of the whole world, then the benefit of the whole world lies in the preaching, right? Preaching Krishna consciousness. So Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given the order, Yare dekho tare kaho Krishna Upadesh. Whomever we see, we have to give them Krishna. And also, it is said that those who are born in this Bharata Bhumi, Bharata Bhumi te haila Manushya Janma Yara, Janma Sarthaka Kari Kara, Paropakara. So one has to work for the benefit of all other people, all the people of whole world. So if one has to follow that order of Supreme Lord, huh? That is also the order of the Supreme Lord, right? That we have to preach everybody. That is what one a devotee has to do, and that is there. And if one tries to follow this instruction as it is, and maybe we can say not wear any cloths, use some tree bark or something to as a clothing, and goes on for preaching, uh, it doesn't feel much right, right? So I heard this in the lecture, that's near Vaishnava was saying that if Bhagavan comes and asks us a question, that I have said this instruction, why did you not follow it as it is? Then what will say to the Supreme Lord? So we can say that uh, we are we are trying to spread your yash, your fame all over the world, and for that I'll have to um, I'll have to take up some of the things like the clothes, not extravagant clothes, but simple clothes, right? Srila Prabhupada had mentioned about clothes, how a devotee should, how a preacher should actually look. He should look decent with well washed clothes, clean clothes, right? Presentable in front of others. So that thing comes from a shloka. Hmm? This is the order of Supreme Lord. There are also other things, other orders. Our devotees, the acharyas, they have also mentioned, like there is one shloka in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Prapanchikataya buddhya hari sambandhi vastuna mumukshubihi parityago vairagyam falgu katyate. See, so they are saying that whatever is favorable for rendering of service to the Lord should be accepted and should not be rejected as a material thing. So Yukta Vairagya is to be maintained. There is another one thing like Anasaktasya Vishayan Yathartham Upayunjatah Nirbandha Krishna Sambandhe Yukta Vairagyam Uchyate. So things should be accepted for the Lord's service and not for one's personal sense gratification. If one accepts something without attachment and accepts it because it is related to Krishna, one's renunciation is called Yukta Vairagya. For service, we can take up anything. So, for example, some people they might not get sleep at all if they sleep on the ground, or they may get heavy back pain or something like that. They'll be needing the cots. Hmm. And if they are getting up for Mangalarti and have to do their services in the temple, then it is better to sleep in bed than the floor, because there we are not seeing our personal progress. Personal progress means following all those things which are given in the shloka as it is. So they are not doing for personal progress, they are doing for service of the Lord, right? So, like that, we'll have to understand how the things should be taken. So there is also a thing that for one order of the Supreme Lord, we can leave the other order. So like that also thing is there for a higher order, because in Vedas it is said that if we have to choose between two things, that the whole world is being benefited and only we are being benefited, then it is said that we have to take up the order which benefits the whole world. That is the best thing which we can do. So that is also there. And we can also include this verse also. It is not that we are leaving this verse, we can include this verse. How? Srila Prabhupada had already mentioned that we have to take up this spirit of renunciation in our heart. Should not be attached to these things, right? So, what is attachment? Attachment means if we do not have this thing, then we can't leave itself. We cannot even continue our life. So that much attachment is not needed. If it is necessary for service of the Lord, we can take it up. So I'm stopping here. Uh, I hope I could explain it to an extent. Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity, and I definitely beg forgiveness if there is mistakes done by my side. If you could find some good points, it's of course because of all Vaishnava's prayers, blessings, and Guru Maharaj's blessings, Srila Prabhupada's blessings. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranams.